Burma's president is in Australia, where he's holding talks with Prime Minister Julia Gillard. Thein Sein is the first Burmese head of state to visit Australia in nearly 40 years. Discussions are expected to center on Burma's political reform, social development and trade. The Australian Prime Minister said she will ease restrictions on Burma following democratic reforms in the country.
I am delighted to announce an important new component of our aid program, a partnership for reform between our two countries, a $20 million commitment to strengthen democratic institutions, deliver human rights training, improve economic governance and promote the rule of law.
Gillard praised Myanmar's journey toward democracy. She said she'll base a defense attaché in the country to promote military exchanges. And she said she'll post a trade commissioner in Myanmar's biggest city, Yangon, to encourage trade and investment. The leaders of Japan, South Korea and the United States are also building closer ties with leaders in Myanmar. Politicians and business people see the country as Asia's last untapped market.
This visit has huge symbolic importance. No president from Myanmar, or Burma as it was then, has visited Australia since 1974. So for the president to stand next to Australia's Prime Minister and have praise lavished upon him is very, very important. There are also, though, practical benefits. Australia has already lifted most economic and travel sanctions to Myanmar, but they are also now announcing that they will also loosen some defence sanctions as well. There will be some defence cooperation between Australia and Myanmar, with a defence attaché from Australia based in the country. Trade links too will be strengthened. Australia has a wealth of experience in mining, for example, and there are plenty of commodities to mine in Myanmar, and Australia is keen to be involved in that process. The normalisation of economic relations is what Julia Gillard called it. She praised the remarkable progress that Myanmar has made in recent years and wants to see that continue. Of course, there are still human rights concerns in Myanmar. The UN only last week brought out a report saying that progress towards human rights and political rights had been patchy and nuanced. And some of Australia's money does come with strings attached. $20 million in aid, for example, will be used mainly to train bureaucrats in human rights.